I am 24. I'm 24 and I don't know what I'm doing. So today I'm going to be going through 10 things that I learned in college. Now I know everybody doesn't specifically go to college after high school. Some people go to trade school, some people just go straight to work. This is for anybody who's navigating that 18 to 23 5-year span that is just like, what do I do? The first thing, get involved in any way you know how. A lot of my friends didn't go to the same college as me freshman year, so getting involved was just very important to me. Whether it's a small group or a big organization, find things that you are interested in. There are small groups, there are student council groups, student government groups, there are activist groups, there are cultural groups. Just find a way to put yourself in a position to make friends, especially if you don't have a big group going into college or don't have any friends going into college. This is where you can find some of your best friends, and this is definitely how I found some of my best college friends. Next is learn to do things by yourself. I would eat lunch by myself, would go to different events by myself, go to different interest meetings by myself. I did ride the bus to the grocery store by myself. I was so scared, but I did it. And the only person who knew I did this were my parents and my roommate, because I was just so embarrassed to be oh, I'm going to the store by myself. It was it seemed like such a big deal to me. And looking back, that was really brave for me to do. So just go and do things by yourself. If you really want to go to an event, you don't have anybody to go with, do it by yourself. At first it's very nerve-wracking because you feel like everybody's looking at you, but I promise you nobody cares, especially in college. Nobody cares if you're in the dining hall by yourself eating. I promise you, we have bigger fish to fry all the time. Next is engage with your professors. Try your best to form some sort of relationship with them, especially on a student teacher level. There have been instances where I've just seen professors really try to connect with students, and some students are just unwilling to break that barrier. But when you unbreak that barrier and laugh at that stupid joke or laugh at the meme they put in their presentation, it really does give them a lot more encouragement to keep doing this job and to keep teaching you. And then when you need a deadline extension, they'll remember certain things you asked, certain questions you asked. They'll remember you took the time to introduce yourself at the beginning of the semester. So just try to do those things, and then you never know, you could gain a mentor, you could gain someone who could give you a great reference, great recommendation letters. Be where you are, but never forget to try your best to plan for the future. Having a relationship in college isn't everything. Oh my gosh, you're going to be surrounded by engagements, long-term relationships, just people who are just constantly in relationships. You're going to be surrounded by that. Don't try to force it. I think in college, a lot of people try to force things that just aren't working. It's just really tough to maintain a strong and healthy relationship in college. It is possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. If you go all throughout your years in high school thinking, oh, in college I'm gonna find my person, you might not. I'm gonna tell you right now, you might not. I think maintaining who you are and not trying super duper duper hard, almost to a fault, to be in a relationship with someone in college is really great. And I just personally, for me, being single in college was so fun. I just felt a lot less of a weight on me, knowing that I didn't have to worry about anybody else but me, and I'm my person. If you have a strong relationship, I'm not saying throw that away. I'm just saying if you aren't finding someone instantly, if you don't find someone instantly, please don't sacrifice who you are, sacrifice your own interest, your own beliefs, just to have a boyfriend in college. It's not worth it, girl. It's not worth it. Next is friends will come and go. This kind of the same vein of relationships. You know, you're gonna have friends, you're gonna make friends, you may fall out with friends. It's okay. It's gonna feel like the end of the world in that moment, but I promise you, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Every single friend that you have is there for a reason. There is a friend there that you needed at one point. There was a friend that you needed to show you a lesson. There are friends that are in your life for a reason in a season. You hear that a lot, and I will continue to tell people that. And I have to tell myself that, you know, there is significance in the short and fleeting friendships. There's so much significance in, you know, the long lasting ones. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, but know that sometimes friendships aren't going to work out. A good thing to gauge whether you should stay in certain friendships or not is don't be in friendships that make you feel unsafe or that don't make you feel good. That would be my main thing, because there's so many different types of friends and, you know, whatever. And I don't know all the different types of friends, but I do know for me, I would want to be friends with someone who I feel like I can come and talk to, who will tell me the truth, and who will be there for me. And if you don't feel that way, you probably shouldn't be their friend. But, you know, it's different for every single person. And just know that sometimes friendships will end and you will feel sad, but you'll grow from that experience for sure. The sixth thing is, it's okay to not know exactly who you are right now. I don't know I know who I am to an extent. I don't know who all I will be in this life. This is the age where you start voting for the first time. You come across all different types of people for the first time, and it's okay to kind of try and navigate who you are throughout those years after high school, once you're not in that sort of high school bubble. Everyone is trying to figure that out, and I know it may seem like people know who they are exactly to a T from the outside looking in, but I promise you, people are weighing things all the time. You know that you can always change, you can always be better, and you can always evolve as a person throughout these formative years. This is more like practical. This is like, the last three have been like really emotional. So this is more practical. Don't buy that book if you absolutely don't have to. Don't buy the book. Don't buy the book until after your first class, when the professor tells you. Just be mindful about oh my God. I'm looking at my laptop and my best friend just texted me and said, "Have you ever had roadkill?" I'm gonna get back to her. I haven't, but I'm gonna get back to her, cause girl, what? Anyway, back to oh God. Number 8 is find hobbies that relieve stress. This time in your life is so stressful. It's so stressful. And it feels like the end of the world. But I understand people are like, "Oh my God, no, college is nothing like real adulthood. College is nothing like real adulthood." Ooh. People say, "Oh, wait till you have bills and a family." And I do understand that is so taxing. But I think people underestimate how hard college is. College is not for everyone, and it is an academic endeavor, whether you want to believe it or not. I think college has become so normalized that people forget how hard it can be for some people, including me. College was hard for me because I have a good work ethic, but I just wasn't always I wasn't the smartest person in the room. And it's kind of geared towards the smartest person in the room at times, but there were things that I did in college that helped me relieve stress. I did choir every day. So the thing that helped me, I literally got to sing every day at the end of every day. And there were days where I was like, I don't feel like going to choir. But there were days when I needed to go to choir. Even the days when I didn't know I needed to go, I needed to go. And another thing is like pottery. People can do pottery. You can go take a dance class. I took a couple of dance classes when I was at school, and that really like helped me just to kind of remember like, okay, it's not the end of the world if I failed a math quiz today. Like, it's just not. Failing is not the end of the world. People think that it is, and I thought that it was. It's just not. All of my friends know this story. I was the music girl. I love choir in high school. I was in a band in high school, and I was so in love with theater and musicals. And then I was like, I'm gonna be a music major. I got to college and I took a music theory class, and I failed it miserably. As someone who has literally lived and breathed music for the past like 10 years, I was like, what do you mean? Has my whole life been a lie? Have I never been a good singer? Have I never been a good musician? Have I just been lied to? I'm that girl that their parents lied to her and told her she could sing when they knew she couldn't. I was mad at everyone. I was like, I suck. I say all this to say, when you fail, it's okay. Sometimes you flop. Flopping is good for character development. Everyone has flopped. Every famous person has flopped at one point. And you're gonna flop a couple times in your life. But then you bounce back. And the final thing that I learned in my 4 years in college is call your loved ones. Whether that's friends from back home, grandparents, parents, just call them and let them know you're okay and check in with them. This time can be really like a whirlwind for you and them. I didn't realize that I needed to call my mom as much as I did. My mom and I have always been close, but I didn't think that I would need to call her as much as I did. And I think over the course of my years there in college, I called her more the closer and closer I got to graduation. Just because things got a lot harder, and when everybody else in college fails you, you just have to know where your home is and try to establish that and know who your people are. Just call your people, check in regularly. They'll appreciate it more than you'll ever know. It's just so, it means so much to them. Those are 10 things I learned in college. I learned a lot more about relationships and boys and make my head itch thinking about it. Ugh. But yeah, those are things that I learned in college. You can take those with a grain of salt or really take them to heart. I think I had a very well-rounded college experience, and I hope some of these tips helped you out in navigating your early 20s, late teens, early 20s. It was a wild ride, but I made it to the other side, and so can you. Now here's to being grown for real. All right guys, thank you guys for watching this video, and if you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.